What if a single laser could engrave metal, glass, wood, stone, leather, denim, produce incredible engravings on plastic, and even create stunning 3D designs inside of solid glass spheres? Today, we're taking a deep dive into a laser engraver many of us have been waiting for. xTool has finally released their first UV laser, the xTool F2 Ultra UV. In this video, I'll put it through a full series of real-world tests: surface engraving, cutting, photo engraving, and embedded 3D glass engraving, to find out if this really is the easiest and most versatile UV laser engraver on the market. This is a 5-watt UV laser in a very compact form factor, and it comes with two interchangeable lenses. The first lens offers a large 200 by 200 millimeter working area, designed for surface engraving. The second lens provides a 70 by 70 by 150 millimeter working volume, which is used for embedded 3D inner engravings in glass. If you're interested in picking one up, you'll find my affiliate purchase link in the video description. Using that link gives you a small discount on your order, and I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. It's a win-win that helps support the channel and allows me to keep creating in-depth reviews like this for you. The machine uses xTool's well-known controller module, which allows for basic standalone operations. The second lens, which is used for embedded inner glass engraving, is quite large and heavy, and it feels very premium, just like the rest of the machine. For 3D engravings, you also get a custom foldable stand that makes positioning extremely easy, as you'll see later in the video. Aside from that, the rest of the machine is very similar to other models in the F1 and F2 lineup, so I won't spend too much time going over familiar details. Overall, it's simply very well thought out and solidly built. Let's start by playing around with surface engravings to see what this machine can really do. The F2 Ultra UV uses xTool Studio software, which is a big reason why this is probably the easiest UV laser engraver to use. I started by engraving a metal business card. The setup is incredibly simple, thanks to xTool Studio's vast material preset library, which we'll be exploring throughout this video. Once you select the correct material, the software automatically applies the optimal engraving parameters. I also manually added a cutout to see if the machine could cut 0.1 millimeter thick aluminum. The engraving completed very quickly, and the cutout didn't take long either. The material was cut successfully, and the engraving quality and level of detail are absolutely incredible. xTool machines are also very easy to set up for photo engraving. xTool Studio includes an auto-adjust feature that automatically tweaks brightness, contrast, and other parameters to produce the best possible result for your chosen material. Here, I engraved a photo on black acrylic, and the auto-adjust feature did an amazing job. The result is a picture-perfect, long-lasting engraving, ideal for custom keychains or name tags. Next, I moved on to glass engraving. Since glass is transparent, it's best to place a piece of tape on the surface before focusing to get the most reliable results. I chose a very detailed image and selected the engraving parameters from the material library, and selected the deep and slow engraving mode, which took around 4.5 minutes to complete. The result looks fantastic. The level of detail is incredible. UV lasers ablate the glass, leaving behind a deep, matte engraving that looks similar to sandblasting, but with a much higher level of detail. And if you think the surface engravings on glass look impressive, make sure you stick around, because the 3D inner glass engravings later in this video are on a completely different level. After that, I engraved the same design on plywood. Since UV lasers are excellent at cutting wood with high precision, I also added a cutout vector using the outline feature. The engraving finished very quickly, and for the cutout, I used several dozen fast passes since I wasn't sure how many would be needed to cut through completely. Once again, the result exceeded my expectations. The engraving has excellent contrast and detail, and the cutout is clean with no charring at all. Next up was an anodized aluminum dog tag. Using the extensive font library, I quickly found a font that fit perfectly. The engraving parameters for anodized aluminum are also included in the material library. The engraving took only about 10 seconds, and the result is a very durable, professional-looking finish. I then tested slate rock coasters. Once again, I simply selected the correct material preset from the library, and the design was engraved quickly. The result is, once again, flawless. After that, I tried engraving mirror-polished stainless steel, which is usually very difficult to engrave cleanly. I chose a design from the built-in shape library in xTool Studio and used the default material settings. The engraving completed in just 11 seconds, and the result honestly shocked me. The engraving power was set perfectly to create a matte, sandblasted effect. If the power were any higher, the engraving would start turning brown. But here, it's just right. Now it's time to try some of the AI features in xTool Studio. I generated a design for the lid of a hand cream jar. The software produced a beautiful design, which I then converted to a vector using the built-in image tracing tool. I engraved the lid, which I assumed to be white ABS plastic, and selected the appropriate parameters from the material library. For precise positioning, I used the laser preview to make sure everything was perfectly aligned. The engraving completed extremely quickly, and the result looks very professional. UV lasers work exceptionally well on plastics, producing smooth engravings with excellent contrast. Next, I engraved denim fabric. I selected a design from the shape library and the engraving parameters for denim, for which a lot of variants are available directly in the material library. Denim engraves very quickly, and the result looks extremely professional. Unlike other lasers that rely on heat, UV lasers ablate only the color, leaving the fibers intact. This is the same process manufacturers use to create artificial wear patterns on denim. For comparison, this logo was engraved using a blue diode laser. After that, I engraved natural leather using the preset parameters. The engraving completed quickly and left a clean, well-defined result with good contrast and ideal depth. I really appreciate how easy this machine is to set up for different materials. It is, without question, the easiest UV laser engraver I've ever used. Now it's time to show off this machine's main party trick, the embedded inner glass engraving. To set this up, I swapped to the second lens that comes with the machine. The lens change is very quick, thanks to the fast locking mechanism that doesn't require threading the lens in. This lens has a 70mm square working area and must be used together with the included riser table. This table is brilliantly designed. It securely screws into the machine base and allows for extremely precise positioning of 3D engravings inside glass blocks. In xTool Studio, the setup process for 3D inner glass engraving is very straightforward, thanks to the step-by-step guidance. First, you select the size of the glass cube you're engraving. Then you place the cube on the workbed and center it on the grid. Next, you lower the slider until it touches the glass and enter the measurement shown on the slider into the software. This tells the software the exact position of the object. After that, you simply import your 3D model, in my case, one I found on Thingiverse, and select the 3D inner glass engraving parameters from the material library for K9 crystal glass. You can choose between solid engraving and outline engraving. Solid engraving produces a whiter result, but takes significantly longer, so I chose outline engraving instead and started the process. The xTool F2 Ultra UV is impressively fast at embedded glass engraving. It works similarly to a 3D printer, raising the Z-axis layer by layer. The engraving finished in just 11 minutes, and the result looks absolutely stunning. It looks even better when using the illuminated stand. I am really impressed by the level of intricate details in the finished product. Next, I tested a more complex design made from multiple 3D models. I imported 4 separate models, the Stargate, the event horizon, the pedestal, and my logo, and arranged them accordingly. I used different engraving modes for each part. For the pedestal and the Stargate, I used the scanning method for faster engraving. For the event horizon, I used the dotting method to achieve a more transparent look, and for my logo, I chose solid engraving. The result turned out very well overall, although the event horizon model was a bit too thin to achieve the desired density. Still, I'm very impressed with the level of detail. You can also find a huge number of designs on the xTool Atomm community website, where new designs are added daily by the community. These designs can be opened directly in xTool Studio with all parameters already preset. I first engraved this pattern into a glass cube. It took only 4 minutes to complete and looked mesmerizing, but it would look even better in a glass sphere. Engraving glass spheres is slightly different. Because light refracts on curved surfaces, the sphere needs to be submerged in engraving oil, which has a refractive index similar to glass. This allows the laser light to travel straight into the sphere instead of refracting. I used a glass container and placed a holder inside to keep the sphere centered. Then I poured in the engraving oil. At the time of recording this video, xTool didn't yet have their engraving oil available, so I used paraffin oil instead. It's not ideal, but it works well enough for a first test. From there, the process is the same as with other glass crystals. Once the engraving is complete, you wash the oil off the sphere and admire the result. It looks absolutely incredible, and with a custom message, it becomes a truly unique gift for very special occasions. So after all these tests, the xTool F2 Ultra UV has shown to be a very versatile and easy-to-use laser engraver. From fast, high-detail surface engraving to incredibly precise, embedded 3D glass designs, this machine proves just how powerful and user-friendly a UV laser can be. If you enjoyed this in-depth review and found it helpful, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. If you're interested in picking one up, you'll find my affiliate purchase link in the video description. Using that link gives you a small discount on your order, and I earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. It's a win-win that helps support the channel and allows me to keep creating in-depth reviews like this for you. Like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any additional questions. I read every single one of them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.